Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a hot minute since Vlogmas. I hope this camera's steady enough. I'm just holding it handheld as I sit down just on the old high street in Kenilworth. Yeah, I just thought I'd come out and have a little think and have a little chat because it's New Year's Eve and it seems like everyone does it. You know, as we go into the new year, everyone sort of like assesses how well the year went, what's coming up next year. Oh, my Apple Watch is just dinging. Trying my hardest not to look at it. Let's see. Finished your workout? No, I haven't. I was tracking an outdoor walk and it's asking me if I'm done. Yes, I've just come for a little sit down and I thought I'd get a little coffee on the way. Nothing's open now. As of yesterday, they announced that this whole area is going into full lockdown. So like all of Warwickshire, the Midlands, and like I think it's like 70% of the UK that's now in like tier 4, and a lot of people on Instagram were asking me what is tier 4. It's basically just like everything except the essentials, like supermarkets that close. All non-essential travel cancelled, meant to stay at home, all of that. So we've been here since Christmas and we didn't drive back on Boxing Day because Chichester got moved into from 2 to 4, so we didn't go back. We just stayed here, which was in a lower tier. We thought, oh, we'll just stay here, we'll do a COVID test. Did a COVID test. It was one of those rapid ones. It comes back in 20 minutes, came back negative. We just stayed here with Akila's parents at their house here, and actually been quite nice being back. I've got arm ache, sorry. We've made some pretty big decisions for next year, and I'm not going to say in this video because obviously it's both our news and a lot of it's to do with his job. But all I will say is that I think there's going to be some huge big changes coming up, and I'm obviously going to document it all on the channel. Yeah, I'll wait for him to say it because it's not my news to tell. I feel nervous and anxious about it, but I should probably... What use is me saying any of this because I haven't said the news. But yeah, all I'll say, all I will tell you is big changes, probably another house move, yada, yada, yada. Looking forward to that. But also just feel like only just moved into the place in Chichester. Like been there about 8 months. Moved at the start of the first lockdown. But I think it is future-proof what we're going to be doing. So yeah, for those of you who are members on Patreon, you'll know that my website's nearly finished because I've been keeping you guys posted about that in blog posts. And today my job is, other than like, you know, New Year's Eve and playing board games and all of that in the evening and just having a quiet one, I'm going to be writing as many blog posts as I can because I need to pepper the website with like content before I make it live so that it looks like not completely empty, if you know what I mean. There's going to be like a landing page, a coming soon page on the website. There's so much stuff that we need to do, but luckily the people I'm working with are incredible. Like I'm behind on my jobs and they're like so ahead in terms of their part of the deal. They've just done everything. Because of Vlogmas, I just hadn't had time to write up loads of blog posts, turn old videos into written content and stuff like that. So there's so much going on with that, but I'm really, really excited to launch. So hopefully it should be another month, maybe less. Yeah, just like the final tweaks. Mostly it's all of my content that I need to write up. I wanted to think about like 2020 in general because I think this time last year, can't remember if I filmed it, but I definitely had the conversation with Joel where I said, oh, our goal for this year is to do more travel. And we said to each other, we want to do more travel and more sponsorships if we can. We want to try and gain some long-term sponsors on our channel because obviously financially that is how you're able to survive on YouTube kind of thing. We were like, let's land a really good sponsor that we're really, really happy with. And, you know, so on the sponsorship front, we haven't done too badly. On the travel front, absolutely zero. I think we did one trip to Brighton and that wasn't even big. That was like a 2-day thing. And that was it, really. We didn't do anything else. I hope the lighting's okay here in this little, what do they call it? A pound, the Kenilworth pound. I filmed a clip here. It was absolutely completely unrelated to the video. But yeah, you'll see what this used to be. Absolutely nothing to do with the video, but I'm currently stood in an area that used to be where animals were kept because someone owed something to somebody else and they were like, if you don't come here and pay for your animal back, then we're not square. Brilliant. I was just like, what is this bit? I've never walked in this bit before. Oh yeah, and then like personal goals. I can't remember what year I started this channel. I've probably been on YouTube over a year, like consistently uploading on this channel. Obviously I've had the channel since like 2011 or something, 2012, but obviously only been consistently uploading for probably a year and a bit. And I think it's been a really good year for me. I didn't really set out with any kind of like goal or direction or intention, but just to sort of like begin existing on YouTube as my own person, not just, you know, Leah from Joel and Leah. Again, I think all of it's been about future-proofing our brand. Sorry for the like business chat if you're not interested. For me, one of my personal goals was to like future-proof Leah from Joel and Leah. Joel too with him, like he can have his own content, I have my own content, we carry on doing our joint stuff as well. It was just like, how can we make this go further? And I know a lot of that sounds like it's coming from a place of fear, like, you know, like we're not good enough, you know, as a duo, but I just think the reality of it is that you're not always going to be able to make content with, you know what I mean, Joel and Leah for like all the time, especially since we don't live together. If anyone had said to us like a year and a half ago, you guys won't be able to meet up and film because of a pandemic, we'd just be like, what? I think like we actually created these channels at the perfect time, because otherwise we wouldn't. I'm not saying that these channels are like huge money makers, but you know what I mean? It certainly helps like mitigate risk over the entire thing, because you're like, okay, got Joel and Leah, got our personal stuff. Both of us have got other projects going on. I'm doing the property stuff, and like I'm really want to focus my attention more this year on Property Couple, just property stuff in general. I've done so much learning, and now it's been about putting the learning that we've done into practice. And like Atch and I have really invested a lot of time and money and focused our energies on learning everything it is that we need to know about building a portfolio and trying to provide a revenue stream for the future. When people ask me, do you think YouTube will be your job like in 50 years? I've got no idea, because I don't know if anyone's going to watch me in 50 years. But I know that if I've got rented houses providing income, I'm pretty sure people will always need a place to live. Not sure if people will always need to watch me on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of been like the stimulus for getting something completely different and learning a new thing and putting our eggs there. You know, they always say it, don't they? Like whenever you read stuff, they're like, don't just leave your money sitting in the bank, invest it. If you've made some money, do something with it. So it was a loud vehicle, I've just swapped hands. Do you like my new hat, by the way? So yeah, I feel like that has been what 2020 has been. I've done a lot of learning, bought our first investment property, grown a bit of an audience over here on my Leah channel so that I don't exist only as someone in a duo. Very happy with my duo and what I'm doing there, because, you know, people are always like, is it ending? And you're like, no, it's just growing. And we're just trying to future-proof it, because I don't think there's... Well, Joel and I said it in a meeting the other day. We were like, I don't really know how many other friendship duos there are on YouTube. Like, most of them just do their own thing in the end. We'd like to keep it going as long as we can. What else has 2020 been? Obviously, we've had the pandemic. Like everyone, I think everyone in their 2020 reflection video is just going to talk about the pandemic, aren't they? But, you know, highs and lows for everyone. I don't think you can write off the entire year and be like, it was terrible, like we didn't do anything. But I've tried to write down a list of all the good stuff that has happened this year, and there is actually quite a lot of good stuff. So I survived having the virus, like that's pretty good. Ash survived having the virus. There's been some good opportunities, there's been lots of highs, there's been some lows. Managed to go and get a bit of sun for 2 weeks with Christy. That was just amazing. Yeah, there's been loads of highs. So I think we've got to focus on that. Otherwise we'll just be like, oh, what a terrible year. And don't get me wrong, I can easily moan about it. I can just be like, I can complain so easy. If someone's like, complain for 5 minutes, I will. Like, don't try me, because I can. Right, my bum's getting cold, so I'm going to get up and walk. Right, I've got up and started walking because I just got too cold sitting still. I'll show you some of the cute little houses and streets and cottages down here, because it is a nice part of the world. I mean, very lucky to live near nature. And the same in Chichester. I mean, I'm already reflecting on it as if it's over. But, you know, living not far from water has been nice. And some really nice country walks. Throwback to being boiling hot on a country walk. And now I'm just freezing my tits off. Just absolutely icy everywhere. I don't know if you can tell. The ice on the lake. Oh my gosh, can't remember who it was, but I think Atch's cousin was like, can you skate on that? She's from Australia. It looks like that. And you absolutely cannot skate on that. You'll just fall straight in. some of the ruins. I mean, I'm definitely not wearing the right shoes to be around here, but just thought I'd give you a little sneaky peek. Back in the day, these like cottage terraced houses would have been worth about 70 grand, and now they're 400,000 and up. Depends how many rooms they've got, but it's because they've got the amazing view. Haven't really been able to get much shots of right over there because you've got all the cars in the car park in the way. Oh wow, we're very zoomed in. But I think I've actually got another vlog walking around. I can insert some B-roll where you can see it quite clearly. Join me on a walk to Kenilworth Castle. But yeah, it's a really nice part of the world. It's been really nice to take you guys out on a walk with me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Big love to everyone. Happy New Year. Not sure when I'm posting this, but as I film it, it's New Year's Eve. See you all next year. Take care. Bye. Who remembers that shop? Time for tea. You might have seen it on my Instagram. Ding. Instagram pop-up. Find a natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.